Tomorrow is the richest game in football, Brentford taking on Fulham at Wembley. This will be the third time that these two teams have met this season, Brentford winning both of those previous meetings. However, Fulham were in this situation 2 years ago and of course beat Aston Villa to book a place in the Premier League. This is what Tim Ream had to say looking ahead to the game.
It's going to be two footballing teams. They're a great attacking side, and we're the same. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be entertaining. It'll be back and forth, and we do have that experience on our side, but experience only counts for so much. And if you don't go out and do the job and perform, then it doesn't matter. And I think we've proven that 2 years ago that experience isn't everything. We're very, very much aware of that, and we've talked about it. And it's just a matter of us going out and doing what we do best. And the rest will take care of itself.
Right then, boys, let's get some predictions. Craig, let's start with you.
I'm going to go Brentford. Finished higher in the league. Kicking themselves, didn't get automatic. Liked how they came back against Cardiff after losing the first game and all the controversies about the non-VAR and the bad calls. Played some great stuff, particularly through Ben Rami. So I'm going to go for Brentford. And what a story that would be for them. To get to the Premier League.
Jan?
Yeah, fair points. And Brentford is a great story, and they're doing in the last game of their old stadium, going into a new stadium. Having said that, I think that culture and the way they have lost so many playoffs, they've been in, 8 or 9 times they kind of lost in the playoffs. So I will go Fulham. I think that Fulham will go through.
Shaka, you have the deciding vote then.
I'm going Brentford here. I agree with Craig. I think they'd be very disappointed in losing to Stoke and Barnsley, last 2 league games of the season. And then I think you saw some of that hangover in the first leg against Swansea. They turned it around. And when you compare that to what Fulham did in going to Cardiff and winning comfortably, and then I thought back on their own patch, they didn't look at all confident despite that 2-goal advantage. They got through, but I feel they're between the two more damaged goods. Brentford win it.
We'll be discussing that game, of course, at length on the next edition of the show. It is, of course, a game that you can see live on ESPN+. Kickoff is at 2:45 Eastern, but be sure to join Alexis for the pre-game show. She'll be joined by Jack Harrison, of course, of Leeds United, plus more from that Team Ream interview. And speaking of Team Ream, here is some of his answers in You Have to Answer.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Brian McBride or Clint Dempsey?
Oh, come on. McBride.
How about this one? Christian Pulisic or Landon Donovan?
Christian.
Beat Brentford on Tuesday or play in the next World Cup?
Brentford on Tuesday.
Ooh.
More of that available, of course, tomorrow. Prefer Brentford to go up and play in the World Cup? He's towing the party line, isn't he, Shaka?
Yes, he is. You're only as good as your next game, I guess, and that is what's coming up for Tim Ream and Fulham. So maybe it's a little bit of a political answer. And the US are going to really have to shoot themselves in the foot to not qualify for 2022 after the debacle of 2018.
Jan, during your playoff final days, you would have taken Norway in the World Cup. Wouldn't you, over promotion?
Well, there's some of us who can do both. But now, it was a fantastic experience to be at Wembley doing that playoff final. Unfortunately, with Sheffield United, we were not that good prepared, and we lost to a good prepared Crystal Palace team. So we deserved lost the big billion kind of pound game.
How were your preparations, Jan, for that game?
Not very good, Dan. We had Howard Kendall, who sent us to Isle of Man. That famous fitness center in the middle of the Irish Sea. It's a fantastic. The kit manager asked us, should we bring any kit? Should we bring any footballs? And he said, no, we will not do that.
What did you do instead, Jan?
We drank milk and sugar.
I tell you what, Dan, you got to watch these Scandinavians. They all talk about the British culture, but you got to watch these Norwegians and Danes and all these.
Craig, we had
secretly
two
piling
Norwegians in that team. We had two Norwegians in that team at Isle of Man. And I was smuggling my training kit in my bag, and I went out to do a training. And normally when I went to pre-seasons with you guys, you did it the other way around. So stick with the Norwegian Vikings, and you will win some battles, Craig.
That is it. Thank you very much, boys. So let's just take a look at the odds. Craig and Shaka going with the bookies. Brentford favourites to win promotion. Fulham slight outsiders to return to the Premier League.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.